You know what I'm saying? He will be deceiving with signs and lying wonders. You know what I'm saying? Let's go some more in the scriptures. That's what I want you to pick up.
Where we at, sir?
We're at Numbers chapter 24 and 2.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2, verse 2, rather. Chapter 24, verse 2.
So Numbers 24 and 2?
Right.
Come.
Balaam, like I said before, Balaam was visited with times of righteousness. You see what I'm saying? Just like King Saul was. King Saul became wicked and the Spirit of the Lord came upon him at times. And he, you know what I'm saying, prophecy.
Numbers 24 and 2, sir?
Right. The same thing happened with Balaam. So if any of these, you know what I'm saying, mega leaders seem to have great powers or whatever, we can't be deceived by that garbage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
Numbers 24 and 2. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents.
He lifted up his eyes, right? And he was able to see. You see what I'm saying? He saw us before, abiding in the tents, but now he sees us.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? Through the eyes that he's supposed to actually see with. Go ahead.
According to their tribes. And the Spirit of God came unto him, came upon him, and he took up his parable.
Now it said the Spirit of God came up on him. Not a demonic spirit. Right? It said the Spirit of God came up on him. Now that's the difference between the Spirit coming on you and the Spirit being in you.
Yeah, right.
Which that's for a future class, but let's deal with this for right now. Go ahead.
Okay. And said Balaam, the son of Beor, here said, and the man whose eyes are open have said.
That means it was closed before, wasn't it?
Right.
Because he saw Israel as just this group of people that he hates. And he saw himself as being such a great sorcerer, such a great, powerful deceiver that he would be able to curse them, you know what I'm saying, until the Most High showed him, wait a minute, hold on, not these. You going too far now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And opened his eyes, right?
Right.
Go ahead. The Most High made him look at something other than his goddamn pockets.
Verse 4.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
He hath said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. Verse 5. How goodly are thou tents, O Jacob, and
Thy tabernacles.
the tabernacles, O Israel. Verse 6. As the valleys are that spread forth as gardens by the rivers of Side, as the trees of line, aloes which the Lord hath planted, and set as cedar trees beside the waters.
So he's giving a blessing, right?
Right.
He's not giving a curse. He can only do what the Lord told him to do. Because he knew if he didn't do it, the Lord was going to kill his ass. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come. Verse 7. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agon.
Whoa, it's an Agag.
Agag.
Wait a minute, hold on for a second. Now, who was Agag? Does anybody know?
I can't.
Agag was the king of the Amalekites.
Oh. No, I heard that name somewhere.
Agag's children were the Agagites. Right?
Right.
Agag, remember when you had King Saul, and he brought Agag the king. This ain't talking about the same exact Agag. This is the seed line, right?
Right.
Agag is to Amalek what the house of David is to the tribe of Judah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it said,
right.
And everybody's called David. Christ's name is also David too. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Joseph, his father's David. You know what I'm saying? Going all the way back. David. Same thing with them. Agag. Until we get, all the way down. Think about it. Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagites.
Right.
Who was Haman? Agag also.
Right. So
you see what I'm saying?
Agag was the progenitor.
Yes. Agag is the progenitor and the seed royal.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, notice it said, now at this time when he spoke this, right? Agag wasn't in no top position on the earth. He said, thy king shall be higher than Agag. You know why? Because Agag is who's ruling right now. Now you know where your Rothschilds and your Rockefellers, who they are.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now you know who they are, right? All your families, the damn Cohens, the Astors, and all of those families, those the seed royal of Agag. Go ahead.
So, welcome, sir. So, a quick question for you. So that would transition also into the UK too, with the British families also, right?
Right, but you have different. Also, you have royal families of Teman, which wouldn't be Agag either. Right, like when you see the Jewish lawyers, they're the bottom barrel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Top barrel.
Right.
They're the bottom barrel. You know what I'm saying? But they're still Amalek. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Agag is that seed royal. You know what I'm saying?
So like you said, the Rothschilds.
Yeah, that's the seed royal. That's why they do the incest and they all, you know what I'm saying, keep their bloodline so tight. You know what I'm saying?
One more question.
Go ahead.
So Trump, shit. So Trump would also come from Agag also.
Maybe he might, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is they, whoever's ruling him
right.
is mostly Agag. You know what I'm saying? They have, billion super rich people of other families of Esau also.
Right.
But the core ones are actually controlling things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trump has the casinos, but he don't control the banks. You see what I'm saying?
He ain't got that old money.
Right. He don't control the media either.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They all have old money too. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing though, Agag is who sat at the top. That's why Balaam said, and his king shall be higher than Agag. That wouldn't have made sense back in his day because Agag wasn't the top people on the earth. You know what I'm saying? But it makes sense now because what was Balaam doing? He was a prophet seeing into the future. You see what I'm saying? He was seeing our time.
Right.
And when it said, thy king shall be higher than Agag, who was he talking about?
Talk about the white man.
No. When it said, his king shall be higher than Agag, Jacob's king.
Right. David.
Yes, but let's be more specific.
Oh.
Christ. Right.
See, like David.
That's who was being talked about right there.
Right.
So they were saying their king would be higher than Christ?
No. Higher than Agag. Christ, not Agag.
Yeah. I was like, that's why. So like I misunderstood. So they were saying Christ would be higher than Agag.
Right. That's what it's saying.
Yeah, that's why I was like, hold on.
Go ahead.
So he was basically this like the prequel to the precursor or whatever to because is this before Numbers? This is before.
What's the say? Said Jacob shall eat up his enemies.
Yeah, right.
You hear this? Go ahead.
And pierced them through with his arrows. Verse 9. He crouched and lay down as a lion, and as a great lion, who shall stir him up. Blessed is he that blessed thee, and cursed is he that cursed thee.
Go ahead in verse 10.
And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam.
He was hot. You know what I'm saying? Because Balaam had no help. You know what? We gathered together, right?
Right.
People like TD Jakes ain't gonna have even though they set out to try and curse us, they ain't gonna have no damn choice but to bless us.
Damn right.
The Lord will pull a blessing out their ass. I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, check this out. I remember one time I was in a heated debate with this dude, and the dude said, "You blessed." Serious. He was ready to kick my behind at first. He thought he was anyway. But he said, "Nigga, you blessed." He couldn't help it.
Right.
The Lord pulled it right out of him.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord would do that stuff, same thing with all of these people that think to curse us and set up high and who the white man used and all that. They ain't gonna have a goddamn choice. With us coming together in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, they ain't gonna have a damn choice but to bless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of to curse. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's so important to be inside this school. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
People get inside this school, we the majority.
Damn right.
You know, in one city, you know what I'm saying? UPK niggas in one city, we a goddamn majority over that whole damn city.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We are majority. The majority and minority ain't based on how many damn people that you got, right? It's not based on that. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me give you an example of that. Simeon and Levi, was they, as far as number-wise, was they a majority or a minority went into the cities and section? Can anybody tell me? Were they a majority or were they a minority? They were a majority, and it was just two of them. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know who the Lord with.
Come.
Right. You get 3-4 IUIC dudes. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, they're not causing any impact like that in those places. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, what do they start doing? They stop having camps.
Right. So lucky, sir. So you speaking on that spiritual level,
right?
The Most High with,
right?
Kind.
Right.
Kind.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right. And proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is with the ISUPK. And he is the leader of all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, whether you know it or not, like it or not, respect it or not.
Right.
That is your leader.
It's best to go ahead and get with it now.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right, sir.
Go ahead, young man.
Yeah, I remember George Yohana made a powerful claim. One of the members of the Shield Squad, said called on the phone and said, So he said he was basically bragging how he had battled with one of those all brand camps or whatever, right. and he was like, General Yohana's like, so does a trooper from the UPK.
Damn right.
I'm a trooper.
Look, like Shield Squad don't want no smoke. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Captain Kaposh, I call him Captain Kaposh, the Christian killer. You know what I'm saying? He has slaughtered like 2-3 of them cats from Shield Squad.
Right.
I know what time it is.
Yeah, I know you don't got it. That one fellow.
G-Man.
Yeah, okay.
I don't even want to give him no clout.
Right, right. It's just that one fellow,
And then Salaki, if I would, then he came across the lot of radio crowd.
Oh, yeah.
About how he played him. How he let the white devil play him.
Wait a minute, hold on. Talk about this.
I'm sorry. Did he come to the Passover?
No, he didn't come to the Passover.
Captain they invited him. They gave him an invite.
Yeah, they invited him. But G-Man know in his heart that it ain't no cowards allowed at the Passover.
Right. Goddamn right.
Ain't no cowards allowed. You know what I'm saying? And if he wasn't a coward, he would have showed up. because he got an invite from one of the top dogs in the UPK. Captain Tazaria, Captain Katazar both invited him. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to want to battle me there and just any excuses. And that's one thing that we don't do in the UPK. No excuses and no cowards.
That damn right.
That's right.
Stop that shit up. Yeah, let's get back to the read right quick.
Come. Salaki, sir, if I would, real quick, what you was just touching on in the previous subject, like how TD Snakes, you know what I'm saying, got together with like over 150 Christian pastors to try to figure out a way to stop the Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is this: why ain't he getting together like that to try to figure out how to stop these cops from killing people?
Right. They ain't come together for that. You know what they do? They sit there and tell you that it's all your fault, the reason why they doing it, why they killing us.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? He had to did this, he had to did that. Or they just don't say anything at all.
Right. Damn right.
They won't say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. Like why don't they get together and try to figure out how to stop Trump from building this goddamn wall? If they supposed to, God loves everybody, why are they trying to kick our Mexican brothers out of land that is righteously theirs?
Right.
They are indigenous to this land.
Yeah, but the Christians, they're supposed to love everybody, right?
Right.
You know.
Right. But he got together to come together and try to figure out how to stop Hebrew Israelites. Don't let these niggas know who they really are. That's what that meeting was about. We got to figure out a way to stop niggas from waking up and figuring out that they owe something in this land. That righteously this land belongs to them and this world belongs to them.
See, here's the thing. This is what they'll do. See, this is what he's trying to do is what the Israelite groups that broke off from what West is trying to do. They're not denying that you're an Israelite.
Right.
They can't stop that ball. You see what I'm saying? What they will try and do is they want to make you another kind of Israelite.
A Christianite.
Yeah. They want to make you a Hebraic Christianite.
Christianite.
That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Just like during the time of the apostles and everything, where they was throwing niggas in arenas and all that.
Right.
They found it, they can't just shut down the movement of the apostles. They couldn't just shut it. So what did they do? They created Christianity. Weaved it on in there. You see what I'm saying? And eventually, what did we start to do? We started to get down to, as I'm getting ready to break out in this script, in this chapter right here,
Yeah.
We sat down and ate with them. And when you sat down and you eat with somebody, that's a goddamn agreement.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
We're going to go into that because, see, Bel-Air could not curse us. We got a little bit ahead of ourselves, but we'll go ahead.
So lucky. And what you're saying is powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that before I came into this truth. You know what I'm saying? But I remember being a young man, and you broke that down to me as a young man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And much power for you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Praise
told me.
Most High.
You know what I'm saying? Praise to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You let me know. Don't have no type of, when you eat with an enemy, that's a covenant. You don't have no covenant with them. And I was after slavery. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They would try to buy a nigga breakfast, and you know I'm a fat boy. They're like, what? You don't want nothing to eat? I'm like, hell no. I don't want nothing to eat from you devils. I didn't say that, but you know, I played it cool. No, I'm cool. I'm cool. Stomach touching my back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I refuse to eat with the enemy because that strikes up. Come to me and be like, why come you didn't eat with them? And I would tell them, because that's an agreement. I don't have no agreement with the enemy. Point blank, period.
Right.
No matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him, One told me never to eat with the enemy. So guess what I'm going to do? Not eat with the enemy.
Yeah, right. So
I only learned that in this truth. There's one body. There's only one body, and that body is the UPK under Commandant General Yohana.
damn right. You know, and that's also the reason why the Egyptians did not eat with Joseph.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Joseph was the second highest ranking man out of all Egypt.
Right.
He ran things as king, you know what I'm saying, under the authority of Pharaoh, right?
Right.
And the Egyptians still did not eat with him.
Damn right.
Think about that for a second. Let that sink in.
Facebook or YouTube?
Facebook. Should just hop over
Okay.
to Facebook
Now,
Live.
what we gonna do?
GPK and then just hit live.
Let's go. We're gonna go to the part to where, since we kind of press for time, we're gonna go to the part to where it talks about and the children of Israel.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Before we do that,
I was on verse 10, sir, just in case you
okay, what we're gonna do from now, we're gonna skip down. Let's skip to verse 17.
It's that nap time.
As I order page, just here I can.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know what's going on. It went dead on this one.
Just go live. Check and make sure we rolling out.
Yeah, it's live.
Okay. Numbers 24:17. And it shall sing. It's coming from Salaki. And I shall see him.
Because Christ we wasn't around in that day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I shall behold him, but not nigh.
Not nigh.
Not
Saying
nigh.
he will behold him, but not nigh means he will not be near unto him. You see what I'm saying? He will behold him. You know what I'm saying? But not near means he will not be close with the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
There shall come a star out of Jacob.
Go ahead.
And a scepter shall rise out of Israel.
Right.
And shall smite the corners of Moab. And destroy all the children of Sheth. Verse 18. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir shall also be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do voluntary.
Valiantly.
And Israel shall do violently. Verse 19. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations.
So Amalek was the first of the nations. Right? Now think about it. It said was. Now why does he say he was the first of the nations? Can anybody tell me? Because think about it, what is he doing? He's a prophet. He's seeing in the future, right?
He's saying he's the first of the nations, but he won't be the last of them.
No, wait a minute. What is he saying? He said he is the first, he's the top dog.
Right.
At what time?
Okay.
The time before Christ.
Right. What time is that?
Now.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what is he seeing? He's seeing now. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
So this lets you know that Amalek is the one ruling now, right? Okay,
Right.
let's keep going more.
Okay. But his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
That he perished forever.
Forever.
Right. You see what I'm saying? His latter end is that he's going to perish forever. So who will be at the very top?
The children of Israel.
No, right in the last day before Christ.
The fake Jews.
Right. That's who's in power right now, right? That's who control the bank, the military, and the
media,
right?
Everything.
All right. You see what I'm saying? Now we own it. Okay. Go ahead.
Amalek is the Esau's great or just great grandson. I mean, is he?
It's his grandson.
Grandson, right?
Yeah, his grandson to the concubine. Okay. Esau's firstborn was Eliphaz. Eliphaz's youngest son was Amalek.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Amalek, he was the only child that was actually born to a concubine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which automatically made a separation between him and the rest of Esau anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And his mother Timnah was she was quite an interesting character. I'll just put it that way and leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the reason for the split. That's why Edom and Amalek are talked about as two separate nations. You see what I'm saying? He's a child of the concubine. You know what I'm saying? All right. Would you want to say something, man? Oh, okay. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going more.
Okay. Verse 21. And he looked on to the Kenites.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's clip that right there. Let's just deal with Amalek. Let's not go too far into anything else. Let's deal with Amalek right quick. Now, let's go to Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 30 and verse 13. To go into a little more of that character.
1 Samuel chapter 13.
Yeah, first Samuel chapter 30 and verse 13.
Verse 13.
First Samuel 30 and 13, sir?
Right.
Okay. First Samuel 30. First Samuel 30, 13. And David said unto him, to whom belongest thou? And whence art thou? And he said, I am a young man of Egypt, servant to an Amalekite, and my master left me because 3 days ago I fell sick.
Now check this out. Said 3 days ago he fell sick and his master left him. You know what I'm saying? Left him, really pretty much left him to die.
Right.
They some of the most cold-hearted people you can ever damn think of. They are the most cold-hearted people you can ever think of.
Damn right. That's
you know what I'm saying? He left him sick, so what did he leave him to do? He left him to die.
Damn right.
But his servant recovered. You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
All right, go ahead. Let's keep going.
Verse 14. We made an invasion upon the south of the Cherethites, and upon the coast which belongeth to Judah.
Now look at this. Now think about it. While we was at war, they made an invasion right while we was at war.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To steal all of our stuff, you know what I'm saying? Right as we was in battle with the Philistines. You see what I'm saying? Now, what do they use? So give me what they use chiefly as their tactic for global control. Anybody tell me?
So Lucky, could you say that again, sir?
Okay, what do they use chiefly for as a tactic for global control? They use
religion.
War.
Oh, war.
Not religion. Religion don't cause that kind of confusion. War does.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? World War I, World War II, they didn't use religion. They used war. Because war puts your attention that way because people was dying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
While you go on the other hand and steal what's over here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So Lucky, just like here recently, they launched that biological warfare. You know what I'm saying? They launched that gas over in Syria. They got everybody up in the uproar. Trump threatening Syria as well as Russia. Russia actually coming to the defense of Syria. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they do. And the whole time they doing that under the table, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They trying to run them I forget the saying, but it's a saying that the magicians use. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got you focused over here.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what they use.
Well, I got you focused over here. I'm really over here doing something else that you don't know nothing about. So for them to launch that nerve gas like that, you can just imagine what they really plotting and what they already done. Probably to ship some nerve gas somewhere else, waiting to explode. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, before they were the Jewish people, they were a band of gypsies.
Right.
And gypsies use magic.
Yeah,
they use tricks. You know what I'm saying?
So lucky. Like, which is a heavy point. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of the word gypsy. You know what I'm saying? It means magician.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a movie that the White Devil made, Stephen King made, called Thinner. You know what I'm saying? With the Egyptian came and cursed the White Devil, made him start getting thin. Like, that's what their whole thing is, on curses and sleight of hand. You know what I'm saying?
Stephen King is a Malachite himself.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Let's go back to more into the scriptures.
Okay. Where you want me to pick up at, sir?
Go ahead, pick back up with
He left him for dead. Verse 14.
Right, go ahead.
All right, so like, just making sure you want me to start at 13 again.
It's another scripture that I wanted to go into right quick, though. It was talking about how, King David slew that Amalekite dude that thought that he was going to get some honor off bringing King Saul's head.
Right.
Yeah, I want to go to that also. I'd rather go ahead and go with that right now since it's on press of time. We really ain't got time to cover everything.
Okay. That's going to be... So lucky, sir. Is that going to be on 23? Shall not do my brethren with that which the Lord has given us and has received. No, a little bit before that.
Let's go. Wait a minute. Let's go to Samuel. 2 Samuel chapter. We're gonna skip down. This is the man the Amalekite man, right?
Right.
Now let's go to where we'll start at the 4th verse.
Okay. 2 Samuel, verse 4. And matter, I pray thee, tell me. And he answered that the people are fled from the battle, and many of the people also are fallen and dead. And Saul and Jonathan, his son, are dead also. Verse 5. And David said unto the young man that told him, how knowest thou that Saul and Jonathan his son be dead? Verse 6. The young man that told him said, as I happened by chance upon Mount Gabor, behold, Saul leaned upon his spear, and lo, the chariots and the horsemen followed hard after him.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. And when he looked behind him, he saw me and called unto me, and I answered, here I am.
Yeah, this is the Amalekite dude, right?
Right.
Said the King Saul asked for him and said, here am I. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And he said unto me, who art thou? And I answered him, I am an Amalekite.
Right.
Verse 9. He said unto me again, stand, I pray thee, upon me.
And slay me.
And slay me, for anguish is come upon me, because my life is yet whole in me. Verse 10. So I stood upon him and slew him, because I was sure that he could not live after that he saw was fallen.
That he was fallen.
That he was fallen. And I took the crown that was upon his head and the brace and the right. Hither unto my Lord.
Now, Not only did he say he slew him, but he said he took his bracelet
and his crown
off his head.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? You see the disrespect right there?
Goddamn devil.
You know what I'm saying? You can see a mercy killing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so in anguish. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and just, take me out or whatever, right? But, at the same time, though, being the fact that he was a king, and still, even that wouldn't have been a good thing for him to do because he was anointed. If he's in anguish, then you just got to leave him like that because obviously this is of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? But this Amalekite had no respect at all for the things of the Most High. And he killed him. Not only did he kill him, but he took his crown and his bracelets and brought them back to King David like he would get honor inside that king. What was he trying to do?
He was trying to get favor.
Yeah, right? That's how white people work.
Yeah, right.
That's how Amalek worked. You see what I'm saying? So that he could get inside. You see what I'm saying? And what will he do after he gets inside? He'll bring more of himself.
Yeah, right.
Inside. Next thing you know, the cabinet will be full of them. Go ahead.
Like it was I can't remember the scripture, but like that Bowie. Talking about
right.
I can't remember.
Yeah, they got a bunch of things that you can share. You can mention anything. They got a bunch of things.
But it was a bug. It was scripture came across, but that bug it destroyed. It went inside and it destroyed from the inside out. Is what it did. So with him trying to come in and knowing how wicked these Amalekites are. Hell, look at them now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You see what I'm saying? And they always did this stuff all throughout whatever government that they was in. They did that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They've always done that. Everywhere they go, they was expelled from certain places because people saw the conspiracy and ran the hell up out of there. They won't do nothing but pack up and go and try to do the same thing somewhere else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Until they started eventually coming to power. And that was a precursor to what you see today.
Right.
All right. Let's go further in that.
Verse 11. Then David took hold on his clothes and rent them, and likewise all the men that were with him. Verse 12. They mounted.
They mourned.
They mourned and wept and fasted until even for Saul, for Jonathan his son, and for the people of the Lord, and for the house of Israel, because they were fallen by the sword.
Right. Okay, keep going.
13. And David said unto the young man, and told him, Whence art thou? And he answered, I am the son of a stranger, an Amalekite.
So he's a son of a stranger and a Amalekite. What is he saying in today's terms that he is?
He's a heathen.
No, what is he saying today in today's terms that he is? Specifically.
He's like a drifter.
No, he's Jewish.
Right.
Oh.
The son of a stranger and Amalekite?
Yes.
Cut him. Damn right.
Always grab on to what it is that you're reading. Always grab on to it. Don't just read and read and read. Grab what you're reading. Go ahead.
14. And David said unto him, How wast thou not afraid to stretch forth thy hand to destroy the Lord's anointed?
Say, how was thou not afraid? You know why? Because he's a damn devil.
Damn right.
That's why he wasn't afraid. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And David called out, and David called one of the young men and said, Go near the fall upon him.
And fall upon him.
And fall upon him. And smote him. And he smote him that he died. 16. And David said unto him, Thy blood be upon thy head, for thy mouth hath testified against thee. saying, I have slain the Lord's anointed.
You see the disrespect right there?
Damn right.
They have a level of disrespect, you know what I'm saying, that goes beyond even any other nation. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they took our custom, they took over our identities. That's the
Hell, not only that, but hell, look what they doing right in the Lord's land. They got gay clubs set up right in the Lord's land.
Right there,
you know what I'm saying? They run around naked on the beach, the Lord hitting their ass with melanoma.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Was given unto him.
Okay, and a crown was given unto him, right? Go ahead, keep going.
And he went forth to conquer.
Right.
Verse 3. And when he opened the second seal, I heard a second beast say, come and see. Verse 4. There went out another horse that was red.
It said, went out another horse that was red.
Right.
Why would this horse be red?
For the blood, sir?
Let's keep it scripture. Let's keep it UPK. Who came out red?
The devil, Esau.
Right? What color's the dragon?
The red dragon.
You see what I'm saying? Now think about it. You got the white horse that went forth to conquer, right?
Right.
And notice white is supposed to be the color of blameless and purity, right? Right? And the crown was given to him. What group called themselves blameless upon the face of the planet and went around the whole globe to conquer?
The devil, the white devil, Esau.
Right. And he did this through Christianity, made himself blameless.
Right.
That's why white people call themselves white people when they're not really white, they're red.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're calling themselves the blameless people.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? They're calling themselves the blameless, spotless people, even though they've murdered everybody all over the earth. They've cleansed themselves and made their crimson blood that they shed all over the earth white as snow and called themselves the white people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Let's keep going. Let's go some more.
Come. To him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Who took peace from the earth?
The white devils.
Right. Now, these horses in this vision, right? These horses in this vision come from the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have a duty, a task to do. And that's angels above that, right? The angels, you know what I'm saying, above these horses and everything, that cause them to carry out the Most High's will upon the earth.
Right.
But who is his hands to carry out these things? Because what did the Lord want to do? Yeah, right. Because the Lord, just like during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, when Nebuchadnezzar broke the whole world, right? Even though he was evil, that will was still of the Lord.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
To destroy them. You know what I'm saying? And break the whole world. Hold on, let me take a quick break, right quick.
The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, Officer Terrell taking a quick break. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to touch on an article that I had pulled up about, you know what I'm saying, Trump and the Russians. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get into a little bit of it until he come back real quick. It says, oops, lucky. Because I gave him a chance for that. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into it in another class. Because the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, and he going to keep doing this evil shit until the Most High come back and destroy him.
That's right. All right. Yeah, as I was saying though, let's go get back to the read right quick.
Come. It says, the power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Right. Take peace from the earth. Now, think about it for a second. Go into Maccabees, the first chapter. What does it say? And evils will multiply in the earth.
Right.
When it comes to, let's go to that right quick. Maccabees, first chapter.
First Maccabees?
Yes, first Maccabees. The reign of Alexander, right?
Right. Alexander the Greek.
Right.
Not the Great. The Greek.
Right. So Alexander the Freak.
Right. Alexander the
Damn
Homo.
Yeah, Alexander the Freak, you know what I'm saying?
Boy lovers and all that.
Right.
Right.
Now notice 1 second. What did it say? It talked about the they're putting crowns. A crown was given to him, right?
Right.
And the white horse, right. Okay. Now let's start at First Maccabees verse 7. Anybody else got the pocket? I'll go ahead and read myself. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So when you go to the white horse, it says what was given to him?
Crown.
Right.
Right.
So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Right.
Wait a minute. Now, what did it just say about? It shall take what from the earth?
Peace.
From the earth means evils will be all throughout the earth, right?
That's right.
Read that part again.
And he went out another horse that was red, and the power was given to him.
White horse.
Come.
No. That was the one to take peace, right?
Right. That was going to take peace.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
All of these are the same. You know what I'm saying? They're just different looks of the same. Go ahead.
Come.
What was
They're
that?
on.
I wanted to get that precept. What was that? Like
First Maccabees.
What?
Right. First Maccabees chapter 1 and starting at the 7th verse.
1 and 7. Thank you. The wow.
Thereon to take peace from the earth.
Okay, let me give you this. And evils were multiplied in the earth, in the verse 9. Okay. Now, what we're going to do from here, let's go into the red. Let's keep going on the red.
Okay.
All right. What color was Esau when it first came out? What?
The red and hairy.
Okay. And it also said he will rule by what?
The sword.
Right. Put two together, red, put red, sword together.
Right.
All right.
And that he should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
There was given to him a great. Why does it say a great sword though?
Because he was
He
blessed
ruled
with the
by
sword.
Yeah. Like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Nobody will be able to really challenge them like that. They will be able to beat everybody.
Right.
See what I'm saying? All right. Now it said, and also too with this red sword too, a sword. Now notice when they talk about the Bible, we talk about the sword of the Lord, right?
Right.
Remember when the Lord said, "I will send a sword," you know what I'm saying, among you, right?
Right.
When the Lord sent a sword, a lot of times it have to do with people turning against one another. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When he said, "I will send a sword out through all my coasts," when we talk about, I think it's Zechariah chapter 14 chapter, he was going to take the armies that come up against Jerusalem to fight and turn them all against each other.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, when it talks about a great sword to be given unto this beast, right, unto this horseman upon the red horse that will be red, that would mean he would have the power to turn all the other clue. Go ahead.
All the nations against each other.
Right. He don't have to fight himself.
Right.
The Jewish people do that. Anybody ever see the Jewish army?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, the Jewish is heavily backed by America.
Right.
Yeah,
So America's their army. The Israeli army, in case America backs out, is their army then. And what do? This is how that sword works. This is how that great sword work, right? We want their oil. This group, since you're an ally of us, we give you the resources and the money or whatever, and you go and you attack them.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well,
and if you decide you don't want to attack them, then we have this army over here to attack you until you get it right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you don't get it right, fine. We'll just keep financing that army to attack you. And once you run out of resources, who you going to have to come to for the resources, right? Who you going to have to come? You're going to have to come to me, which puts you up under me anyway.
So lucky.
So you might as well go ahead and just fight right now.
Yeah. So lucky, which is the number one rule of warfare. That's exactly what they want to do. So then they can flip the script and act like they allies and say, hey, you come on to us. And when you come on to us, guess what? You got to give us all your resources. You got to give us everything. It ain't that. We was at